Hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine and I'm back to review another episode of CBS's Big Brother Season 18, episode number 27, so let's just get down to it. I knew that the house guests were not going to fall for the little sympathy charade that Paulie was putting on. I mean, his tears didn't even look genuine, to be honest. I have seen people cry in Big Brother. I have seen people boo-hoo in this game. And, of course, after leaving the house, he had to make a stupid comment like, tears don't work that much for men like they do for women. Like, no. It wasn't just the tears. It was the fact that people were sick of Paulie. Victor was tired of playing Paulie's game. Natalie was tired of Paulie and his comments. And the rest of the guys were just like, it's time for Paulie to go. He's acting erratic. And to be completely honest, I don't blame them for getting him out. Now, we were waiting patiently during this episode to see who had the round trip ticket, and it was revealed that Paul had it. I don't know what to say about that other than the fact that I should have known. I should have known when he was the first person to go through that tunnel into Paris. I should have known. Now, Victor was super happy and elated that he was finally able to target Paulie and get him the heck out of the house, especially after that backdoor situation that Paulie put Victor through. Corey decides to keep it cool because he doesn't want to mess up his game. Paulie is his boy, but he would like to stay in the house another week. Paulie says he would not campaign against Corey, but then essentially he ended up campaigning against him. Can't say I'm surprised. And Paulie felt like he was in a tough situation, kind of like everybody else who's been nominated for the past couple weeks, but I digress. James decided not to hug Paulie because James was sick of him because of all the things that Paulie was saying about Natalie in the house. I mean, he said a lot of things, a lot of nasty things. So in last night's review, I mentioned that Paulie didn't want to bake a pie, and I'm glad that they showed that scene during this episode. The only thing that they left out was the part where production was calling him to the diary room and he wouldn't go. And it seems like Corey was the person that was able to convince Paulie to bake the pie. He told Paulie that he understands that Paulie's upset. He wants Paulie to be the best person that he can be. So Paulie starts baking the pie. Paulie goes around and he tries to repair relationships that are broken with people in the house because he's literally trying his best to convince people to vote him despite the fact that the entire house wants him gone. He tells Natalie that he doesn't want animosity. He said that he zeroed in on her because he was upset because Zakiya was upset. No, he zeroed in on Natalie for personal reasons. That whole situation with Zakiya is a bit of a cover because for the most part, Paulie's been saying a lot of nasty things about Natalie for a while now. For those of you that don't have the feeds, you weren't able to see it, but he's been saying a lot of gross stuff. Natalie said that she will forgive him, and she said this in the diary room, but she won't forget, and personally I don't blame her because all the stuff that he said was gross, including the FT comment that he made. Paulie tries to talk to Paul. So pretty much Paul humored Paulie, listening to him talk about how he knows that everyone wants him gone. He knows that he needs 3 votes to stay, and he truly believes that, on a side note, sympathy will get him those 3 votes. Paul tells Paulie, listen, there's nothing I can do about the house targeting him. There actually is, but Paul is one of the leaders in trying to get Paulie the heck out of the house. Paul says that he won't break the friendship rules, so he will throw Paulie a sympathy vote. Paulie tried to convince James to keep him because Paulie is at the time, is a target and that he can win competitions, but James could use him as a weapon. I'm just like, yeah, right. How many people have said that in seasons past? And when they were allowed to stay, they targeted the person that helped them stay. A lot of people. James is confused about what he's going to do as far as the vote. James says that keeping a big target does have merit. I'm sitting there watching the episode, looking at James like, don't mess this up. Now is the time to get Paulie out the house. Get him out. Paulie tried to convince Natalie and James that if they decided to keep him, they could trust him. He could be used as a weapon. He wouldn't screw them over. And I'm so glad that they both did not believe that. I'm more than sure that once he left the room, Natalie probably told James, we are not keeping him. We cannot trust him. And I believe that if they had saved him, he would have targeted them both. And yes, maybe one of them would have won the veto, but the other one probably would have been evicted. Because Paulie has a way with words. And despite the fact that everybody was adamant about getting him out of the house, there was still that teeny little bit of a hesitation from people like James, and it seemed like Paul was going to give him a sympathy vote, and I was just like, oh my gosh, if Paulie stays in this house. But anyways, as you can see, Paulie is gone. So a future Big Brother player and the first Big Brother baby is named Adora Borealis. She's the daughter of Brendan and Rachel from Big Brother 12, and Rachel was in Big Brother 13. Okay. Rachel is the last woman to have won a Big Brother in 5 years. I'm counting this year. Hopefully this year will change that streak, but Rachel is the last woman to pull off a win. Rachel believes that James and Natalie are her favorite showmans. Brendan believes that they will last outside of the house. Brendan believes that Paul has the best chance to win the game. I am going to have to agree with him because Paul is doing very well at this point. And he, as Brendan says, has won and competed through and through. And Rachel said that the girls need to ditch the guys, something that we as fans have been saying for a very long time. So we are able to catch up with the jury house members, the first being Davon, who said that being evicted was bittersweet. She said that her biggest downfall was not knowing how to shut up, although I believe that she did very well this season. Despite being evicted, she has definitely come a long way. Davon hoped that Zakiya would not follow her out of the Big Brother house, and as soon as she saw Zakiya, Davon was so emotional. But Zakiya was happy she could finally relax, and Zakiya showed Davon her tape, and Davon just shook her head as she saw Zakiya jumping down during the HOH competition. Zakiya told Davon she knows Paulie put her up. Davon can't believe that Paulie won the veto and didn't use it to help her. Davon's like, she knew that Paulie was shady, and Day is just speechless that James played a part in Zakiya's eviction. So they were trying to figure out who the next person was going to be that was kicked out of the Big Brother house, and needless to say, it ended up being Bridget. And as soon as Day and Zakiya saw Corey win the HOH, they said the same thing that all of us fans said, which was, where has this Corey been all season? And Bridget revealed that the house is basically split up, and the targets are Nicole, Corey, and Paulie. We found out that Bridget wanted the same people out that Davon did, and she didn't know that she and Davon were on the same page. Davon's so proud of Michelle after seeing Michelle's speech. Bridget is now in the threat club. She was welcomed in by Davon because Bridget called the boys out. And all the girls agree that they hope that Paulie is the next to get kicked out of the Big Brother house, and they got their wish. And I hope that Big Brother shows us a clip of Paulie entering the jury house. I want to see the reactions of all the ladies. That is going to be priceless. I hope we are able to see that. So let's talk about the live eviction. Paulie's speech was way too long, and that kiss, that dip with Michelle was just extra. Extremely extra. To me, it was just kind of like, what is going on? Why hasn't Big Brother cut him off? Why is this dude still talking? And I know Michelle was just like, why did he kiss me? And Corey made his speech, and he called Nicole a harmless snake. So by a vote of 5-0, Paulie was voted out of the Big Brother house. Michelle, Paul, James, Natalie, and Nicole voted for him to go bye-bye. Paulie did not have the round-trip ticket. And at this point, I'm just like, well, who the heck has this round-trip ticket? When Paulie left the house, the entire audience was cheering, which is crazy because all on social media, people can't stand Paulie. There's even a hashtag for the Paulie eviction party. I was on Twitter like, what should I bring to the eviction party? But anyway, Paulie talked to Julie. Julie revealed what I've been telling you guys for the past couple weeks, that Paulie ran the game since day one. And Julie was just wondering what happened. What did Paulie think happened that basically brought him to the position that he's in, which is evicted from the house? And he claimed that he trusted his stud alliance, the executives. He didn't think there was a weak link, but then James, quote unquote, fell victim, I guess, to this plan. And then obviously in Paulie's eyes, it was a team effort made by Victor and Paul to get him out. He completely counted out the fact that Michelle and Natalie had something to do with it. But then again, I wouldn't expect Paulie to mention anything positive about women after the things that he said in that house. So Paulie basically says that he wasn't playing Zakiya in the house, and when Julie asked whether or not Paulie and Zakiya would be an item outside of the house, Paulie was just like, it's too early to talk about that. I'm just like, I don't believe a word he says until we're able to see them interact in the jury house. So I'll just wait to see that. He said that Natalie, or was it Nicole? Nicole was one of the best competitors, both mentally and physically, in the game. So we were able to see Michelle, Paul, and Corey's goodbye messages, but Big Brother would not allow us to see Victor, Nat, and James. I'm side-eyeing you, Big Brother, because I really wanted to see those messages. But anyway, Corey's proud of Paulie. Paul said there could only be one P in the house, and Michelle said, I blew up your game. Zingbot said that you were a poor man's Cody, but really you were a poor man's Derek. I was like, wow. Shade. So in the end, it was Paul who had the round-trip ticket because he made it to Paris first. So guys, that's about it. I'm Sage Valentine signing off. Tomorrow, Friday, August 19th, check your local listings. There will be another episode of Big Brother airing at 8 p.m. I will be reviewing that episode. I will end up getting that review to you late, but I will be doing it this weekend. Scouts honor, Girl Scouts honor. But you guys take care and let me know who you want to win the HOH in tomorrow's episode. But don't forget to watch because it's a crucial episode. It's supposed to be a fun one, so tune in. Love you guys. Bye, guys. Bye.